What's going on, everyone? Happy Sunday. Happy Ramadan to everyone that's participating. If you don't know what that is, it's the month where Muslims fast for 30 days from sunrise to sunset, meaning no food, no water, no drinks, nothing. All right. So if you guys are participating, have an amazing month. All right. So let's get started with this video. All right. Here's the SPY. Clearly, we can see that the 450 level that I was talking about held perfectly. All right. Now tomorrow, 450 level is going to still be the make or break support level on the SPY to maintain in this strength. All right. But of course, multiple red days and then a doji here, we would need to see a lot of strength coming into the market on Monday for this strength to continue. Usually, that isn't the case. Usually there is some sort of a fall back down to this support level. And then from there, if we end up touching the support level, we could most likely end up falling. But especially since the last, few minutes of the market was like the most strength in the market, there is usually a dip down. But of course, as long as the SPY is holding above 450, then we're still overall bullish. There's no reason to become or swing bearish, really. As long as we're staying above this level, there's still hope, essentially, that we can retest this upper trend line soon. Otherwise, if the SPY breaks below 450, then we can end up breaking down and retesting 447, 445, 443, all of those other levels that we were talking about before. But until then, the fact that we're still trading within this range, we have to lean bullish until proven otherwise. And that 450 level is going to be very, very important on the SPY. We can see right now we had some red days on the SPY. The RSI is flat, which is not the best sign. But the MACD is falling lower. Again, it's tough to say what's going to happen the next day, but really, this 450 level is going to be very, very important on the SPY. But to get a better understanding of where the market is going to go, we should be looking at the rest of the indices and especially on Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and take a look at the IWM. So the IWM, the Russell 2000, obviously clearly showed the most strength, right? 207.43 was a very important level of resistance. We closed above that. We held this 204.80 level, right? The 204.75 level. The RSI looks the most strong. It looks stronger than the SPY. And this is a very, very good sign for risk on assets. And, so, there's not really much else to say. The MACD is very, very overextended to the downside. And if you guys remember, a few weeks ago when Amazon's MACD looked garbage, right? When it looked similar to this, to the upside, it had a very, very strong move to the downside. And then the MACD looked like this. It literally looked like this as well. And then it had a very strong move to the upside. So this is sort of a, it looks very, very similar to Amazon's MACD. And when Amazon looked like this a few weeks ago, it ripped to the upside. So currently that's what it looks like. This 204.75 level, this 207.50 level needs to hold on IWM, and then the next upward resistance is going to be 208.75, and then from there it's going to be 210. So again, these support and resistance levels are still the same, but overall the IWM is showing the most strength. The SPY held support, and this MACD is showing a lot more potential strength to the upside as well. But of course, a lot can happen. But again, it is a good sign that the IWM is showing strength like this. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the NASDAQ. All right, so the NASDAQ, all of the larger tech stocks, all are basically holding support. All right, so the NASDAQ held this 358 level very perfectly, right? We never even got down to test it, really. So this 358 level held as support on the NASDAQ, and that is basically the equivalent of 450 on the SPY. So we can see that the RSI is falling a bit lower, but not as low as it should be, which is a bit sort of frightening, right? The MACD is falling lower as well, but again, we want to see weakness out of these indicators to show that there's potential way more strength to the upside. But again, as long as this 358 level holds, there's no reason to become bearish until it breaks down below, in my opinion. But we are trading at very, very important levels of resistance here. This 363 and 362 level are very, very important on the NASDAQ. But aside from that, literally all of the other tech stocks, all of the other large tech stocks are all trading at support. And they look very, very similar to this chart. So it's really, really not, there's no reason to go in depth on all of these other stocks as well. Really, the main thing is the SPY is holding support. The NASDAQ is holding support. They're both dojiing. The IWM is showing the most strength. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin. All right, so currently we can see that Bitcoin is trading above this important trend line. All right, so that's number one. Let's go back to this chart here. We can see that even though it's trading above that trend line, it's trading below this very important level of resistance at 46.6. All right, so bulls really, really need to reclaim 47,500 to continue this bullish momentum to the upside. It's a good sign that Ethereum and Solana are showing a lot of strength. All right, but Bitcoin needs to start showing that strength soon, or else it's not going to be good for the equities market. It's not going to be good for Bitcoin. But currently, the fact that they are showing strength, it does mean that Bitcoin has a higher potential to break to the upside. So keep that in mind, because if Bitcoin was hanging around at resistance and Ethereum and Solana were not showing this much strength, that would obviously be much more bearish, right? But the fact that Bitcoin is holding at this level of resistance, it's holding above that level of support, while Ethereum and Solana and these other, altcoins and everything are showing crazy strength, obviously that is bullish for Bitcoin, right? When you look at it from a pragmatic view. So things do look more bullish than they do look bearish in the crypto market. Therefore, it's a good sign that Bitcoin can end up breaking above 46.6. And then 47.5 is going to be like a really, really strong shift in momentum for this current consolidation. And then we can potentially just continue moving to the upside. And this 49,600 level would be on the table for Bitcoin. And that would be pretty interesting. By that point, the SPY and the NASDAQ will be trading well above this trend line. They'll be trading above 465. And it'll be really, really interesting to see what happens. But overall, this is a bullish, it's not bearish, but this could technically be a bear flag, right? But really, until we break above 46,600, hopefully today, right? That would be great if by, the futures open for the US markets, Bitcoin ends up making this strong move above 46.6. That would be a really, really good indication of what is to come intraday on Monday for the rest of the stock market. So that 46,600 level is going to be very, very important resistance. And then for support, it's going to be approximately 45,500. So just keep those two numbers in mind. If we break down below 45,500, that is not good. And if we break above 46,600, that is good. Okay. And that's really it. I hope you guys had an amazing Sunday. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.